Good morning, class. Welcome to the online classes of geography. Today we are going to start with the physical division of India, part 2. Content. What we are going to read today. We will do a little bit of recapitulation. Then about the Himalayan mountains, its features and types, characteristics and classifications, comparative studies of Himalayas. Then we will go to the next segment, that is the formations of plain, its definition, its divisions, and that's how I end. Recapitulation. Already spoken about the features of India. Plate tectonic theory, different movements of plate tectonic theory like divergent, convergent and transformations. Features occurred due to this movement were folding, faulting and volcanoes. We have also read about the oldest landforms, that is the Gondwana land. Even I have already introduced the different physiographic division of India. They are mountain, plains, plateaus, coast and desert. Today we are going to read about the northern mountain and the plains. Himalayan mountain. Himalayan mountains are loftiest mountains and the young-fold mountains. The Himalayan, geologically young and structurally fold mountains stretch over the northern borders of India. These mountain ranges run in the east-west directions from the Indus to the Brahmaputra. The Himalayas represent the loftiest and one of the most rugged mountain terrain of the world. The northernmost range is known as to be the Great or Inner Himalayas or the Himadri. It is the most continuous range consisting of the loftiest peaks with an average height of 6,000 meters. It contains all the prominent Himalayan peaks. Second one, the range lying to the south of Himadri forms the most rugged mountain system and is also known as Himachal or Lesser Himalaya. The ranges are mainly composed of highly compressed and altered rocks. And the third one, the outermost ranges of the Himalaya is called the Shivaliks. These ranges are composed of unconsolidated sediments brought down by the rivers from the main Himalaya ranges located farther north. Now, in the second range of mountain, that is Himadri, this range consists of famous valleys of Kashmir, Kangra, Kulu Valley and in Himachal Pradesh. This region is also known for its hill stations. And the outer range of Himalaya, that is Shivalik, it consists of the longitudinal valleys lying between Lesser Himalayas and the Shivaliks are known as dunes. Dehradun, Kotli Dun and Patli Dun are some of the well-known dunes. What is the difference between a valley and a dune? A valley are formed by the rivers, whereas a long narrow longitudinal valley is termed as dune. These are level plains. The fertile soil is brought by the rivers in valleys, and dunes are mostly found in the lesser Himalayas such as Dehradun, Kotli Dun and Patli Dun. Now we come to the topic of features of Himalaya. As we know that Himalayan features are, it is of great height, complex geological structures because it is totally uneven, snow-capped peaks, that is why it is named as Himalayan, large valley glaciers, deep river gorges and rich vegetations. Now I come to the classifications. Himalayan mountain is classified. Firstly, we already came to know that it is classified longitudinal divisions, in that means the Himadri, Himachal and the Shivalik. Now in the regional divisions, how it is classified by Punjab Himalaya, Kumaon Himalaya, Nepal Himalaya and Assam Himalaya. So, Himalaya lying between the Indus and Satluj has been traditionally known as the Punjab Himalaya. It is also known regionally as the Kashmir or the Himachal. The part of the Himalayas lying between Satluj and Kali River is known as the Kumaon Himalayas. The Kali and the Tista River demarcate the Nepal Himalayas, and the part lying between the Tista and Dihang rivers is known as the Assam Himalayas. The Brahmaputra mark the easternmost boundary of the Himalayas. They are known as the Purvachal or the eastern hills and mountains. The Purvachal comprises the Patkai Hills, Naga Hills, Manipur Hills and Mizo Hills. Now we come to the comparative studies of Himalaya, that is greater, lesser and outer. The greater Himalaya is the highest mountain range of the Himalayas. Lesser Himalaya, it is situated to the south of Himadri. And outer Himalaya, this is the outermost range of the south of the lesser Himalaya. In the greater Himalaya, the highest peaks ranges between 6,000 meter, and the average height of the mountain found in the lesser Himalaya is 3,000 meter, whereas the discontinuous ranges join the lesser Himalaya in the extreme east. They are not continuous. Now greater Himalaya highest mountain peaks are situated in this range. Example, Kanchenjunga and Nanga Parbat. Many health resorts are situated on this southern slope of the mountain in Shimla and Darjeeling. As we know, as we have already said, that these ranges contains valleys, which is a good hill station also. The last one, the outer Himalaya, its average height is 1200 and it contains dunes. It is also good for hill stations. Now, rivers that is originated from greater Himalaya was Ganga and Yamuna. In the lesser Himalaya, the middle Himalaya, we don't get any such physical features. There are several elongated flat valleys. Those are known as dunes, are situated over here in the outer Himalaya. Now let us come to the next topic, that is plains, northern plains. How they are formed? The Himalayan uplift out of the Tethys Sea and the subsidence of the north flank of the peninsular plateau resulted in the formation of large basin. In due course of time, these depressions gradually got filled with depositions of sediments by the rivers flowing from the mountains in the north and the peninsular plateau in the south. Now they filled up the place, and that is how the northern plains were formed. Northern plain has been formed by the interplay of the three major river systems, namely the Indus, the Ganga and the Brahmaputra, along with their tributaries. These plains is formed of alluvial soil. The depositions of alluvium in a vast basin lying in the foothills of the Himalayas over millions of years form the fertile plain. It is also rich soil combined with adequate water supply and favorable climate. That is why it is agriculturally a very productive part of India. Northern plains are also divided into three groups. The northern plains is divided into three sections. Example, Punjab, Ganga and Brahmaputra. The Punjab plain forms the western part of the northern plain. This is formed by the Indus and its tributaries like Jhelum, Chenab, Ravi, Beas and Satluj. A major portion of the plains is in Pakistan. Doabs around it in these plains. What is Doab? It's a land between two rivers. Then we come to the Ganga plain. This plain extends between Gagar and Tista rivers. The northern states, Haryana, Delhi, Bihar, UP, part of Jharkhand and Bengal lies in the Ganga plain. Brahmaputra plain. This plain forms the eastern part of the northern plains and lies in Assam. By saying all these things, now I conclude part 2 and meet you people in the next class. Thank you. Take care.